I wanted to provide a bit of an overview of what occurred last night. Some of the information has already been released, and we have some additional information we're prepared to release at this time. Last night at approximately 7:20 p.m., State Police received a call of an active shooter at the Ross Township Municipal Building. There was a supervisors meeting going on, and troopers immediately began responding to that scene. What we learned as the investigation unfolded and troopers got there was that we had 6 people who had been wounded by gunfire at that location. We learned that an individual by the name of Rockney Newell had arrived at the supervisors meeting, took a Ruger Mini 14 .223 caliber rifle, approached the front of the building and opened fire through a window of that building. The bullets passed through an office and over into the meeting room where the township supervisors meeting was being held. There were approximately 14 rounds fired from that location. Mr. Newell also then went to a side door. As he approached that door, fired several additional rounds from the rifle and entered that door, firing rounds into the meeting room. He retreated from that door, returned to the front of the building, and a few additional rounds were fired at the front door of the building, again directed toward the meeting. In total, it appears that there were about 28 rounds of .223 ammunition fired from the rifle. Mr. Newell then returned to his vehicle in the parking lot at the front of the building, left the rifle in the car, and obtained a .44 Magnum revolver from the vehicle, and then approached the front of the building again. At that point, he entered the front door of the building, again through an entry area past the offices, and as he began to enter into the meeting room, attendees at the meeting observed him returning. 2 very courageous individuals, we'll provide you their names in just a minute, they are heroes in this whole incident. 2 very courageous individuals positioned themselves in a way that they were able to jump on this subject as he came through the door. They wrestled with him in an attempt to subdue him, even while he was firing rounds from that .44 Magnum revolver. They ultimately were able to subdue him on the floor. He did sustain an injury, a gunshot wound to his leg. In total, we had 2 people who were killed at the scene, 1 who was transported from the scene and ultimately passed away in Bethlehem at the hospital down there, and then we had 3 others injured by gunfire who have been treated, and we'll provide that information to you here momentarily in terms of their names and conditions. Again, this could have been much worse had we not had the quick actions of 2 individuals who interceded and stopped this from being much worse. The investigation is continuing at this point. We still have the crime scene secured and are continuing to process it at the supervisor's building. We have another location, a former residence of the subject, that is also being processed at this time, and we have now located yet another residence that he has been using, and we're in the process of securing that. And it's been secured. We're in the process of obtaining search warrants, and we will be processing that scene as well. So there is a very extensive investigation underway, both at the original scene and at these other locations, in order that we can have a complete picture of what occurred, the planning and things that went into this whole incident. At this point, there is no reason to believe that anyone else acted with Mr. Newell, and he has been charged and is in the Monroe County Correctional Facility at this time on a charge of criminal homicide and some other related offenses.